Welcome back to a fresh episode of Missin, Curfew, Updogg, my man.
Big fella, how are we?
How we doing? Where you been? Where's the Updogg?
Oh, I had a little trip to the mountains for the weekend.
That was the title of last week's rundown, Maxie. That was
Where's
clever.
the Updogg?
Where's the Updogg? Could be a new T-shirt. Could be a new T-shirt.
It could be a new one, yeah.
Where's the Updogg?
Where the fuck is this guy?
So how was Aspen?
It was good. It was good. It was sunny skies. Went in with the family on shout out to Air Washington. Got a ride up. So it was nice. We had the kids, the dog. So we got in, we had nice lunch.
Got dead traveling circus.
Set up shop. Went to the grocery store, dialed the house in. And then we had a nice evening. Friday night, Saturday night, couple nice dinners. Did bowling with the kids the one night. Bowling, by the way. That's Snowmass. Great.
Bowling.
Yeah, we had some heated matches. Me, K-Wash and Ryan Walt. And then we had all the kids and stuff. Izzy was loving it.
Bumper bowling for the kids or what?
Yeah, they had the bumper bowling. Yeah. Remember that when you were kids?
Why with the 5-pin bumper
Just
bowling?
cheating, eh? It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
So you got good travel? Because you know how I feel about Aspen and my travel. There.
Yeah, well, buddy. So I had to yesterday morning. I woke up. My flight was at maybe 1:00, 1:30, connecting through Denver, and immediate 9 a.m. Flight canceled. Like shit. I looked at the weather. It's coming in, right? So I immediately went to United app and I checked out what flights were. There was a flight at 10:10. It was like 9:00. 10:10 through direct to LAX. I said, fuck it, I gotta go. So boom, I jumped on that. It was the only flight I think that got out yesterday afternoon.
See, fuck.
So, but I managed to, kiss the kids goodbye. And then I was direct to the airport, landed at 11:30.
Just brought a carry-on or what? Or
Yeah, just carry on.
Yeah. Just toothbrush and some deodorant.
I keep all that there. It's very lucky when you have the place to, keep the snow gear.
When you're rich?
Well, fuck.
It's fucking lucky when you're rich, eh? When you're rich, fucking life's a lot easier. You can have 2 bathrooms, 2 closets. You don't have to bring a toiletry bag. You don't have to bring a toiletry bag.
It's a fantastic thing.
I mean, when you're going from Newport to Aspen, it's nice to have that extra house. You know what I mean?
Everything's just in my car. I just have everything in the back of my car.
Nice to have that extra house, in the mountains and the one by the beach. It's nice to have, isn't it?
God, it's nice. We're working hard here.
Gotta work hard. Maybe you should start doing a social media of your travels, right? Hey, Updogg here checking in. I'm in Aspen.
Totally.
Yeah. Hey, Updogg here. I'm in St. Bart's. Fuck, what's going on, boys? Got any questions to ask me? 5 questions. How many cocktails do I have in St. Bart's?
Lots.
What am I doing? I don't know. Maybe that's a social media guys, a TikTok guy. Is that something that might? I'm saying, can we benefit from the Updogg going around the fucking world here at Missin Curfew? Can we benefit from it, Bing?
I think so.
What do you guys think?
That's social media is all about, right? Showing off.
I don't know how lit up I can be though talking on my
big time lit up. As lit up as you want to be.
Okay.
Well, you tweet when you're drunk, so why can't you?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, let it fly.
Let it fly.
Yeah, I won't admit though how many I've had.
See, the problem is getting you to remember to do the post. It would be the biggest problem.
No,
right?
I get it already, and then I get in a conversation or something, I forget.
No, you see something.
Back,
Oh, I forgot, and then it's gone.
It's gone.
So Bing, we might have to remind Uppy, and I will too. Anytime you go somewhere, you're going back to Aspen.
Yeah.
So maybe you say, hey, back in Aspen, where's the Updogg? Maybe we could create a little, social media segment around Updogg.
Yeah.
Where's the Updogg? Where's the Updogg?
Where's the Updogg?
I think he does a good job of it. When we go on the road, at least, Updogg's good about taking the pictures. It's just getting him from his phone
into the world of the metaverse. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. It's like the Seinfeld episode. You can't hold the reservation. You can take the reservation, but you can't hold the reservation. So we just got to remind him to pump it out there, right?
Exactly.
Hey, I'm just trying to make you a social.
No, totally.
Listen, I'm trying to make you a social media star.
God,
see,
it's tough. It's a full-time job.
So you can pay for these 2 houses.
Putting these videos together is no joke either. The TikTok guy over there. How are these girls doing it these days? How are they putting the whole videos together? They got to have a team.
That's all they do, I think.
Huh?
That's all they do.
It's a full gig. The way you make the reels with the tunes and the editing. It's kind of crazy. No?
It's
What's
a full
Brinks
gig.
doing anyway? Can he be
this is our TikTok guy here. How do you put them together, bud?
I mean, I'm just on Premiere editing, but I think those girls, that's all they do. They spend
Premiere
every
editing.
day.
Is that an app?
It's just a software that we use for editing.
See, I didn't even know that.
We're learning here.
How many people at home know that?
Do you ever notice what Rick Rowley does with his fucking stupid face on his? Do you see the ones he posts?
Where he puts his face on the video.
How does he do that?
So on the app, there's different templates you can use and so he probably uses a green screen template and
directly on TikTok.
Yeah, directly on the app itself. So he records himself talking while overlaying the like video that he's playing, calling someone a grease ball or
Yeah, he's just a meat.
And have you seen the editing stuff where you can actually put your face, like the Tom Cruise thing, where you put your face on someone else's
Like
face?
the deep fake?
The deep fake?
yeah.
It's crazy. Have you seen this?
I have not seen it. No.
It's actually scary because they can take videos and put your face on it and your voice, and it's like that's you.
And it's not you?
It's not you.
Wow.
And remember, it was the Tom Cruise that started it off with that guy that, the Tom Cruise deep fake was pretty wild when it was something you should actually look up.
Google that.
I saw a funny Joe Biden one this weekend, but it's so out there that it's clearly fake, but you can see how it can be used.
Oh, the one guy on Instagram who does the Joe Biden is all time. He does the face swap Joe Biden stuff. He's a comedian. Oh my God, is that one good? But if you go Tom Cruise deep
I
fake,
got it right here.
it's pretty gnarly.
This is not him?
It's
Fuck, it
not
looks
him.
just like him.
No, it's a guy. It's a guy that actually kind of resembles him, but he used this new like AI stuff and
You can kind of tell it's not him.
Obes, I'm gonna make you Maverick from Top Gun.
yeah, that would be something. Just put it on your
So this
Raya
is
app.
the clip you're talking about right here.
Yeah, it's
You can kind of tell it's not him, but fuck, it's pretty.
it's kind of scary
Yeah.
though. It's like
Yeah.
you know. So I don't know. Maybe we could take a couple missing curfew things and make us look really cool.
Yeah, Ben, can you do that?
I got you. I
But
got
it's
you.
like at the Oscars or something. Wear
At the
nice
Oscars.
tux. Hey,
Back
sit
at the
with-
ESPYs,
sit with
baby?
all the
I think it's
celebs.
back to the ESPYs.
Yeah, remember those?
You didn't come to the ESPYs with me and Loops, did you? You
I've
went,
been a few
You went
times.
another time, right?
Yeah.
With your ex.
Yeah,
Do you know you can't drink at the ESPYs?
I think you can drink in the halls, but you
Yeah,
can't
but
bring
you
the
can't
drink
bring it in with you.
No, I know.
Like I remember I was walking in, they're like, you got to finish that. I'm like, whoa, let's wait a second. It's a 3-hour
You
show.
know what you're talking to here? Yeah, like, come on.
And then when you got to piss,
I'm Irish.
Yeah, and then you got to piss a lot.
That's probably why they
Yeah.
don't want anyone getting up during the show, right?
Well, that was a great night. So, Updogg, always a pleasure having you in the studio, fella. Tiger back at Riv. I mean, wow.
Yeah, it was great.
The first round was unbelievable. Our boy Lupul, I don't know if he was with you. Were you with him Thursday night?
Was Thursday night? Yeah.
Yeah. So he had a few in him. He was texting me and he's like, he's back. He's back. I'm like, well, let's just see how he wakes up tomorrow and see how he feels, right? But anyways, nonetheless, super impressive. Ball speed or swing speed, 180. Is that ball speed or swing speed?
Ball
speed, 180.
Yeah. Like 120. He's in the 120s, high 120s, I think, for swing speed.
He's hitting it past Rory.
Yeah, that
He
was
bombing it past JT.
What'd you think of the tampon handoff?
I thought it was
Are
fucking
we really,
hilarious.
Yeah, like, are we really,
Like,
does
I
he
thought-
have to apologize for that? What are we talking about?
It's great for the game.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's like, come on, they're having fun. It's a joke. There's like two guys just fucking.
And I would say to the media fucking idiots out there that are asking him these questions, like, do we want Tiger to play less? Like we only get him, we're going to get him at that tournament at Riv.
Yep.
Like you saw when he answered it, he was like, really, do I have to answer this question? And he was sorry. He's like, it was a joke between me and a good friend of mine.
Like who? No, but
But
who's
just like
he
leave
really,
Tiger alone.
Who's he offending?
Yeah.
Come on.
You had the greatest player to ever play the game acting like every other guy that's
Yeah.
ever golfed in his life.
Max. Yeah, see?
Exactly.
And we never used to get that out of Tiger. He was
Yeah.
very always like, now he laughs. Now he'll actually talk with his playing opponents. He'll like high five the kid. The one kid that had the checklist of things. I think that went viral, right? Heart plant surgery, recovery, meet Tiger Woods, play Augusta was his thing. And, Tiger comes by and check marks meeting Tiger Woods. It's cool. But we're seeing
awesome.
we're seeing a new Tiger and I see this out of Gretz, who just is giving back to the game, giving back to the youth of the game, right?
Totally. And I would say to John J. Monahan, the commissioner of, because did you see, like, if you want to talk about Tiger moving the needle, Tiger is the needle. Like the people that on that first tee, we've been lucky enough to play Riv a few times.
Yep.
There's not that much room from the first tee to where the door is there. And it was just slammed. You couldn't get
Jam-packed.
more people.
Yeah.
And then even on the weekend, they were following him. Like, if I'm Jay Monahan to these media people, like, I'm like, let's leave Tiger alone. All right. Like, as much as we can get Tiger out there.
Let's just keep this to golf. All right.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off. But like, seriously,
No, I
leave
know.
all the bullshit outside. Once you get through the ropes, it's golf. Let's talk about how positive the golf, sport is and what we're doing to give back to kids. Like, stop it with that.
Yeah, it was a great 2 weeks for the PGA Tour, and we're gonna get into the live tour right here because one of our buddies signed there. But like the waste management, right into Riviera,
A lot
right?
of money given out.
A lot of money given out.
Yeah, you can thank Live Boys for that.
Exactly. Like fucking the guy who won Waste Management. Who won Waste Management? I'm blanking out here.
Scotty Scheffler.
3.1 million.
Yeah.
Last
I
week,
think highest ever given out at a PGA event at that time.
Exactly.
And then what did Rahm just make? 2.5, 2.7?
Something like that. 2.7, I think.
It's 2.7.
Crazy. But the whole weekend was great. That course is beautiful. The fans were great. I mean, the energy. I watched it all weekend.
So yeah, I was
watching it all weekend. I didn't watch I'll be honest, I didn't watch a fucking lick of hockey all weekend. I was watching Tiger. It was unbelievable. It was just great to see him.
Yeah, ESPN, I'll give them credit for this rather than what they did at the Stadium Series, and we'll talk about that. I thought it was great that you could watch Tiger the whole way through, right?
Isn't it great?
Like, that's all we want to watch.
Yeah.
Those morning rounds.
Feature group
Yeah, no one
pairings.
wants to watch anyone in the morning, but of course, I just don't want to wait for Jim Nantz to come on at 2:00. I want to watch Tigers tee off in the morning if he's one of the early group.
I'll tell you who I don't want to fucking watch is Patrick Cantley. Right? I'd rather watch the fucking Tiger. Patrick Cantley, you are such a nerd. Yeah. It's so bad watching him play. He looks terrible on TV. His body language, his style.
He's an asshole.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to watch Patrick.
We heard
Cantley.
through the grapevine, Patrick, you're an asshole.
Yeah, leave our boy Beecher alone.
Yeah.
I'm with you. ESPN coverage is unbelievable. Do we see Tiger at Bay Hill? Does he play? Do you think he can play Army's
How much time has he got? A month?
Bay Hill is probably in like 3 weeks. I think it goes.
It's a lead up to the Masters, right? Bay Hill usually is. It's like a big one before the Masters.
He would play that one before. I don't know if we see him or not. He might just wait. He's going to play Augusta, obviously, but I still just think
it's going to be hard on the
if he had a golf
calf for
if he had a golf cart.
I know
he'd never do it, but if he had a golf cart or those things that the caddies at the Grove,
you know what?
Or those things that the caddies at the Grove have where they buzz around.
Great little motorcycle. It's got to be tough on his back, though. You know what the golf cart's like. That might even be worse for him.
Good point.
But his leg, it's a big thing. Yeah. I feel bad, man, watching him when he marks his balls, when he picks the ball up, when he puts a tee in the ground. Like, you could tell, man, his back and his leg. Like, we're lucky to have him here.
Totally.
We're lucky to see him still swing balls and, make birdies and compete. But it's 4 days of watching that it gets pretty hard at the end.
Yeah, it's a 7-mile walk. Like, we walk now, right? I like to walk when I golf that way. When I shoot 85, at least I look at my Apple Watch. I got 15,000 steps in, but
Riv's a pretty flat course.
Yeah, not that I'm the pillar of fitness, but by the time I get to 16 and I'm fucking going up the hill, I'm like, fuck, I'm kind of tired here, right? I'm like, I get to 17, 18, I'm looking forward to that hot tub at Big Canyon. So, to what you're saying, say what you want about golf, but 4 days of walking with half a leg, 48 years old, fused back.
I think, and I think this is why you look at these live guys. Like, and if you kind of like ISO cam a few of the live guys, whether it's DJ or Koepka, they're a little out of shape. These guys are like playing once a month now, and they're like,
they have the best schedule
They're
ever.
making tons of dough. They're eating well. They're drinking well. You look at them, you're like, fuck, the DJ from 2020 to the DJ of 2023. He's put on a couple LBs.
Well, yeah, he's playing the Grove with Gretz every day.
We'll see what their games are like, now that we're going to watch some more live tour events. But it's a grind when you're on the tour and week to week to week. You got to be in shape.
Totally. And then that leads right into, you've watched the first episode of the Netflix Full Swing.
What a show.
It's great. I'm into the 5th one last night. I watched it because the hockey ended early because of President's Day. DJ says this when they ask him about live tour. He goes, first of all, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks of me. Second of all, when you offer an athlete more money for less, to
work.
Play less work. If you offered any businessman in the world, I'll give you more money for less time in the office. He said, if you don't take it, there's something wrong with you, basically. And I have to agree with him on this. Like, if you offered me more money for less work, I think 99% of the world is going to take it. It's a great show. Episode 2, Koepka talks about how he went from, basically being Tiger Woods almost for 4 years, where every time he teed it up, he could win. Mm-hmm. Now he has no confidence. With his house, though, Updogg. I mean, how can you lack confidence with this shack? Wait till you see this house.
Hot old lady.
Yeah. Jenna was looking great.
By the way, Ian Poulter.
Dental floss. She had the dental floss bikini on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was
good for TV.
I was like, Brooke, smile, bud.
This is why Netflix is doing their thing.
Yeah. Like, I looked out, he had his boat, pool, infinity pool, sunken in little L couch.
Who cares if you can't putt?
So you can't make an 8-footer.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Hey, Ian Poulter had a great line in the first episode where he was kind of joking with the camera guys, and he goes, what a year you guys chose to start this Netflix series. Like, right? Because it hit all the controversy. It hit, Monahan, like, yeah. It hits the players, and they have to answer hard questions. It's great outline for a series that's going to be, one of the best. It's the F1 really set the benchmark for a dive in to what it's like for a full fucking length season. Hockey, we've had the road to the Winter Classics, HBO, and those are great. This is like, we don't get to see this.
Yeah, it's great because golfers, and same as I guess F1's a team too, but golfers are individual, right? So it's typically like following the Updogg.
Yeah.
Or, that's what it is. To me, that's what's cool about it. Like seeing Justin Thomas and Spieth jumping on a private plane, going to play a practice round. I'm like, fuck, that's good living. Right?
It is, yeah.
That's good living.
And you see, like, we just see these guys when they have the camera on and they're supposed to look like, perfect human beings. Yeah. And then now we get them behind the scenes where, you see the flaws, you see the grinding, you see the fuck ups, you see them swear, you see whatever. It's like, you see them be humans, and that's great.
You know what I've noticed, and I want you to continue to watch the show, and we'll talk next week. I haven't seen a guy have a shower after the round. They just leave with their fucking golf stuff. Like, are they not having a rinse?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I gotta ask.
They kind of get out of there. Most of them probably staying across the street. They want to get out of there. Maybe
they do, eh?
Give the old lady a poke before they jump in the shower.
I just thought, like, to me, when the round ends, as you asked the Updogg, I bumped into the other day in the hot tub. We didn't play together. Have a hot tub, have a shower, go have a cocktail. Like, these guys, to me,
I don't know if they're going right to a restaurant.
As the show evolves, watch. I haven't seen a guy come out with like a towel, be like, "Hey boys, how was the round?"
Yeah, like see
is
the
that
wrench.
just not like?
Hey, what are you working with? Wrenches on tour, yeah.
Does every club these guys play at like have those facilities?
Yes, they all get them. They all get the clubhouse stalls, and they each get their own stall. They have the masseuses in there. The tour has their masseuses, a chiropractor or whatever, and then they have all their snacks in there, right? Like, so that's their safe haven to get away from media, to do whatever. But you're right. They're not like locker room guys. Hockey guys would be in there just having a coffee and a chew and just naked.
If the Netflix you would have seen Updogg, they would have been like, "Updogg, put the horn away this episode." We've seen it enough. Hey, put the horn away. But I noticed one thing too, Uppy, and as you continue to watch it, how much they work out after the round. Maybe that's why I haven't seen them have a rinse. They go from like the round to the range to work out.
Yeah. And
then maybe they have a rinse.
Huh.
To me, it's when that round ends, you got to get in there, have a soak, a rinse, a steam. Right?
Yeah, that's like they're almost like the round's over, and then now they're looking forward to the next round. It's weird, right? It's a grind.
It's weird. They work out a lot too. They're in the gym. You'll see Rory's in there a lot. All the top players in there doing a lot of band work. Kurt Olsen should watch it and get on the fucking band work. Only shot 101 on Friday. I'm like, I would have nipped you. I played so bad on Friday.
You did? Yeah.
Oh, so bad.
That's okay.
Last but not least about golf, our boy Brandon Steele is officially committed to the Live Tour. Break out the short Steeler.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Get the calf raises going. I think if you're on Live Tour, you gotta just get the calf raises started immediately.
I wonder what
he should wake up this morning, start doing calf raises.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? You don't want to be the guy.
If he's playing on Phil's team, so he's gonna have nice calves. And Phil's not gonna accept you not having a good calf on his team.
And I gotta text Steeler, like, I'm worried about his sock game. Like, he's gotta have good, like, I don't want to see the sock showing through the
tough shoes too. Like, you gotta have the nice. You gotta go to the sneaker, I think.
You gotta have a good look at shoe sock.
Might have to switch to Air Jordans like your boy Keegan.
You might have to.
Kind of have to, yeah.
I actually thought when Steelers signed, is Keegan next? I don't know why. I just because they're boys and they like Phil.
Yeah.
But how much weight's Keegan lost? He might be on the old Ozempic shot. Have you seen him? He's he lost like 20 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Looking lean.
So I think this is a great move. How old's Steeler? Almost 40. 39?
It's a great move for Steeler. I mean, he's won 3 times on the tour. The only thing that probably sucks is he doesn't have major exemptions. So he's going to have to like qualify for the US Open and the Open Championship. And I don't even know if he can get in the Masters, can he? I don't know.
I don't know, but I think he has a legit shot at winning some of these tournaments.
Big time.
Right?
Steeler's 39 years old.
39. I wonder what the check was to get him over there. Got to be a good one. Steeler. Hey, dinner's on you, bud.
It's a few bananas. It's a few bananas.
On you,
Steeler. It's a few bananas.
And I think that this sort of schedule is going to help him. You know, he likes working on his game and grinding over, making cuts and these 4-day weeks. And I think this is a great situation for a guy like Steeler.
I mean, this Live Tour schedule is just fucking National League. Look at this. They play February 24th to the 26th. Hey, boys, then take a month off. Hey, we'll see you on Tucson, March 16th to 19th.
In Tucson, Arizona?
Tucson, Arizona.
We should go. Let's go.
They play the end of March. They're playing twice a month, basically.
What's the date for the Arizona?
March 16th to the 19th at the Gallery Golf Club.
All right.
All right.
That down.
That's actually the weekend of our member.
we have a member?
We got a member, the Spring Classic coming up. Yeah, we got Spring Classic.
Fuck, I might be playing the Bel Air one, that actually.
The Bel Air. This fucking
Let me see. What
the
is-
Bel Air one.
March?
March
Yeah, 16th. I'm in the Bel Air member guest.
Yeah, that's our member memby.
Are you guys partners in your member?
Well, no, he's playing in a member guest. I'm playing with Ryan Getzlav this year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. Getsy, babe.
Yeah, Getsy. So we're going to try to go out
It's
there.
called the Spring Classic, right? It was
Spring Classic.
The one me and you almost.
We almost won it. Me and Uppy almost
second.
won it. We got to the Derby. But Steeler, congratulations, buddy. Like Updogg said, dinner's on you. Last but not least, Updogg Verbero. We got the fella gloves, the sticks. Check them out. You can get your own fucking glove. These
It's
gloves,
a great mitt.
These gloves are actually sick.
Does your paw fit in there?
Barely, but they're light.
By the way, how nice are the gloves nowadays?
Binger, come here. Let me punch you with this.
Hey, yeah, get over here,
Come here,
Binger.
Binger. I want to show you how you should be. Come here, bud.
But look
Yeah.
at the fella. The fella thing is insane.
The little emoji head's sick.
The V for the Verbero.
They're light. Were our gloves always this light?
No, it's the new technology. Look at how the fingers bend like this.
I'll tell you what, the gloves I wore in the American League, the CCMers.
The old gushy. Jeez, this is just a nice mitt. I mean, you can do the shocker. Like before, you can never do the shocker with the gloves we used to wear. With the leather, there's no chance.
I'll tell you what, the gloves I wore in the minors, they're the old CCM. They were fucking 100 pounds by the end of the weekend.
You'd have you'd have Tony Amonte slash your thumb off. You wouldn't even feel it because that hard leather.
Kip Brennan would two-hand me. I'd be like, fuck. But these are sick. And the sticks, I can't believe how light they are.
Sticks are great.
I would have scored 10 goals a year with those sticks.
I'm going to get
instead of 3.
Beckham one of those sticks. Put it in his
they're
room.
sick.
Yeah.
So check it out. Go to Verbero. Sutsy's doing great things. Check out the fellow line, the Missing Curfew line. Sticks, gloves. Check it out. National League. Updogg will be right back, fella. Welcome back to Missing Curfew. Updogg. Beer League.
Who doesn't like beer league?
I like beer.
I like Labatt beer too.
If I did play beer league, I'd be the beer guy though. I'd make sure the beer was fucking
you
on
sure?
ice. I would be the beer guy. I'd be
Wow,
the
so
beer
you would
guy.
be a guy that would bring the beers to every
I'd
game.
have the Yeti cooler.
You'd
on
be
the
like,
shoulder.
Updogg, grab them. I brought them. Just grab them. They're in the
No,
truck.
I'd have
eh?
the Yeti cooler.
Oh,
On the
the Yeti, yeah.
shoulder.
Okay.
Fucking, I wouldn't bring.
You wouldn't
48
bring your
beers.
gear.
I'd bring 12 beers. 12 beers. But Nick, from the BLPA, fella, how you doing? Thanks for joining the boys at Missing Curfew.
Hey, I'm doing well, guys. Thank you guys for having me.
Where are you at? Calgary, Alberta? You were telling the boys?
Yeah, Calgary, Alberta, out in it's a balmy day, minus 16, 11 inches of snow. Beautiful.
Are you a big, Princey, our boy that takes care of Missing Curfew clips and all that good stuff, our social media guru, he's a big homer, eh? All he talks about is the Flames and shit. Are you a Flames guy or?
Yeah, huge, which is
you
weird. Like
poor
I'm from
fuck.
Oklahoma originally.
Okay.
And I didn't get into hockey till I was almost 30 because I married a Canadian and she basically made me. And
Good for you.
and she got tired of tornadoes, moved me up here to Calgary. But I met Drew McGinley like on my first trip here, just randomly, and I'm just like, whoa, captain of a NHL team, great. And I just fell in love with the sport, and so naturally became a Flames guy. And then I went back home after Christmas, and they announced the Oilers AHL team would move to Oklahoma City for a while, so I was kind of stuck in the middle for a while. But the Flames won out.
Yeah, I played in Oklahoma City near the end of my career,
Yeah.
actually. We played there. Bus rides from San Antonio, Oklahoma.
Tough.
Ooh, long ones. Hey, Nick, I want to ask you, what are your thoughts on the Flames this year? Obviously, Brad Treliving last year pulls a rabbit out of the hat with Hubie, our boy Hubie and our boy Weegsy Baby. They're fighting for a playoff spot right now. What is your thought as a Flames fan? Do you believe they can get in?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure they can get in, but at what cost? I mean, they're not a good team this year. No offense, I love my Flames. The goalie, I don't know how you turn from Vezina caliber goalie to Mike Smith in 1 year, but that's I mean, I
That's
just
a fucking good chirp. I like
But it
Smitty,
is.
but that's a good chirp.
Fuck, I love Markey, but you're right. It's just he's having an odd year.
Calgary will do that too. No offense,
I
Nick.
know
I
it
mean, the
will.
poor guy. How many years has he been there now?
It's been probably 4 years. 4 years
yeah,
too many.
it's a tough one. I mean, I guess we've always been mired in mediocrity since I've been a fan anyway. Like I became a fan after the 04 run, and it's just been a make the playoffs, get bounced, and get a mid-level pick that doesn't really help you, and then you try to find a goalie. I haven't had a goalie since Kipper, really. So
Yeah, Kipper. I never got to play with Kipper. Kipper retired the year before I got there, but the stories I would hear about Kipper, man.
Yeah.
Like this was a guy that just would go out and not have a couple the night before. Like, I mean, get completely in.
He's
one
a
and
Finn.
and
They're
then
all
go
like
out
that.
and make 40, 50 saves. So the coach could be like, hey, Kipper, lay off the booze because he was so good. I was
Go
like,
have a
God, where's
sauna,
Kipper
eh?
when I needed him?
Just get the wrench out and go have a sauna with the boys. Hey, those fins are fucked.
So, Nick, that 04 run, though, man, actually, I bumped into Mike Commodore a couple weeks ago at the Waste Management. That 04 run, to me, was one of the best Stanley Cup finals ever, them in Tampa.
It was. And hey, next time you run into him, just ask him. Say it's been a lot of years. That puck was in, right? I mean,
Puck
the
was
Flames
in.
should have had the cup. Puck was in for sure.
Marty's yelling at puck was in.
It did look like it was in. I'm
It
not
was.
going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. But, Nick, talk about BLPA, buddy. What you do? What's going on with that? Just let the boys know.
So the Beer League Players Association, it's just a group of like-minded individuals. I mean, the mission is to connect the world with sport and make it a better place through playing sport. And the sport that we mainly play is hockey. And basically, we're just kind of the voice of beer leaguers. I mean, we kind of get forgotten in that shuffle of, the NHL guys are up here. And then the minor hockey players and the high level competitive players that are, 18, 19, and us beer leaguers are just kind of left in the middle playing at 10 o'clock at night. I heard you guys said you wouldn't play beer league because it was 10 o'clock at night or something a few episodes ago. But basically we just, we travel around the world. We play hockey with each other. We try to help people out in need. And we have a good time doing what we're doing. We just an extension of the dressing room. Basically, I mean, I would guess you guys, probably the one thing you guys miss from back in the days is the dressing room. And that's just what we kind of do. We try to take the dressing room wherever we go and have some beers, care about each other, and play hockey.
Yeah, and let us clarify. I would, if I was living in, Calgary, I don't know why I would be living there, but if I was living in Calgary for some reason, I came back to Cowtown, I would play beer league too. But we have down here in California, we play golf. So we get our fix in the locker room at our men's grill. After the golf round, we sit around, we have wine, we have drinks. So that's where, we still get our locker room filled. But I'm with you. If I was living up north, I would play beer league just for the reason of what you're talking about. Sitting in the dressing room with the boys, having beers.
Getting a little guy time.
Yeah, we missed that as well. But we're lucky enough to get it in the men's clubhouse. You know what I mean, Nick?
Yeah, for sure. But, I came down to SoCal end of the year there. We were playing in Carlsbad. We had a tournament and it rained. Like everyone said, oh, it's paradise down there. It rained the whole time we were there. It sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's been a
did get
rainy winter. It's been a rainy winter. Uppy wouldn't know. He travels the whole world. He's only been here for 7 days, but it has rained a lot.
So Nick, to just tell me, give me a tournament that you guys have put on, maybe that, one of your best events that you've done and where it was and how many teams you got involved and just kind of how that setup would go.
Oh, gee, I mean, we have traditional tournaments like you guys are thinking where you show up, play your 3 games and go home. And Columbus, Ohio is our biggest one. But what we're really known for is the draft experience. Basically, you don't need a team. You just show up on Friday night and we make teams by beer chugging contest. And we provide the jersey, the pants, shell, the socks, the whole 9 yards. And then every team plays 5 games over the weekend. And we actually just did one in Savannah, Georgia. I know you guys are thinking probably not much hockey in Savannah, Georgia, but those guys, they got an ECHL team. The Ghost Pirates just came to town and those guys are just rabid. They just got their own rink that they can play in, started their beer league. So we did a tournament. We sold it out and then sold it out again. Had to add some ice. And those guys, they just love hockey. We drank a lot of beer, played a lot of hockey, and now they're wanting to come to our other events. Like we're going to Iceland in May. We're going to the Czech Republic in October. But until then, I mean, we have 45 tournaments a year. So, if you guys want to come drink and play hockey, you can find one with us somewhere.
Is that Prague, Czech Republic? I might
Prague,
have to sign up.
I've been there twice.
Sign up for that one. I don't know how much I'm going to play, but maybe a coach or something.
Just shut your phone off, eh? The old lady's going to be calling because you'll be. Hey, and then what I see on the website, and a great website, by the way, but so softball, golf, like, so what else have you been? I need to get in a softball tournament.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to get there. I mean, I played baseball in college. Like I said, I didn't play hockey till I was almost 30. And so I want to get into that softball realm as well. I mean, I love hockey, love the camaraderie. That's what drew me to the sport originally, but there's more sports where you can drink beers than just hockey. So we're trying to move into that hockey. Lacrosse is another one that we'd like to get into, just to kind of take our concept and our, camaraderie and our friends to another sport.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Really cool.
No, it sounds good. And
Lacrosse, you have to be in decent shape. You can't glide in lacrosse. Hey, the boys have to be in a little better shape, I think, for that one.
Just get in the box lacrosse and you can play 4 corners or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Hey,
that's a good idea.
Is it fights? Like everyone's getting drunk. How many fights are going on at these tournaments?
Penalties? What's going on?
Listen, we got one rule in our tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, well, 2. Our first one's don't be a dick. Really, don't be a dick. We don't do much fighting. It's just beer league. What do you really win, right? You win a picture at the end where you can hold up your finger, say I'm number 1. So fighting hasn't really made its way into our stuff yet.
Oh, that's great. So when's the next event, and how do fans, like, if I'm a beer leaguer, what do I do to get in the tournament? Sign up online and then just show up with my fucking gear?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, with BLPA.com, you can find all of our stuff. When we have a podcast too. We're like you guys in the podcast realm, except we're not good at hockey, or we never were good at hockey. And so, we do a lot of things, we're just out having fun. So you can check out BLPA.com, but our next tournaments, I mean, starting March 3rd, we're back in Lake Louise, and then Omaha, Nebraska and Tampa on the same weekend, and then Boston for St. Patty's Day, and then Austin, and then Ann Arbor. So we're all over the place.
Do you line up the entertainment for the boys after
awesome.
the game?
That's a good stretch of cities there. That's good.
Do you call the local strip club, say, hey, we're coming in hot here. The guys are feeling it.
We've been trying to get to Montreal just so we can do that.
Yeah.
We can't have all the liability by setting up the strip club.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, if any of the players say you want to go to a strip club, I'm always going to say, yep.
I'm a guy's guy. What can I say?
That's awesome. Nick, thanks for joining us, buddy. BLPA, check it out. Keep it going. That's awesome. And you're right. The beer leaguers, they deserve some love too, because those guys are legit guys that get out there and snap it around.
Yeah. Hey, and if we ever get a chance we'll be in SoCal at the end of the year. If you guys are around, we'll have you come out and drink some beers or something. Maybe slap the puck around with us.
So I'll come drink some beers. The Updogg will come out and play. I'll come drink some beers and hang out on the bench.
Hey, perfect.
Welcome back to Missin Curfew. Updogg Top Titty is back, fella. And
what an entry.
We picked up right where we left off. You missed the fucking Top Titty. I thought Sweet in the Pot might get the Updogg's attention. What was your text?
It came up on surprise.
You went, it's Thursdays. Oh, yeah, we do Top Titties on Thursdays.
Well, because they shut it off on us for 3 weeks, and they kind of got my days messed up.
Honest mistake, buddy.
Right?
Honest mistake.
I traveled Thursday, and I got in, and I'm like, God.
You got a lot going on.
Huh?
You got a lot going
kids, on. I'm at the grocery store.
That's called adulting there. The kids, the grocery store, the pharmacy, the diapers.
I don't have time to jerk off anymore.
I bet.
Sucks.
So listen, we upped the ante. $1,000 in cash prize available. First prize, you win $200 for first prize now. Shout out to LK Row 2016, 152 points. Listen, Dylan Larkin, we're gonna get to him and this guy
Fabbri back too from his injury. He's been on fire.
Larkin's been on fire. To me, Updogg, the one thing is I took Freddie Anderson to start between the pipes, and he didn't start. So to me, it's like
I don't like that. Did you go to the website Daily Faceoff and check it out?
Yeah, I checked, and it said no. I didn't check. I'm lying right to your face. I didn't check. I just assumed Freddie was playing because he just got back.
Yeah.
But Rob Brind'Amour's probably thinking we got to keep this guy healthy, so I don't need to play him against Montreal, which they didn't have to because they won 6-2. So I should have fucking realized that, actually. Jack Eichel got me 12 points. Ryan O'Reilly got me 7. This one was a shock. I paid $8,500 for Matty Tkachuk. He only got me 3 points. Craziness. Your boy Schenner got me 18. Hubie. I went with Hubie, 6 points. And the rest is just Krug and Ekholm got me shit too. So it's good to have it back. I love to keep it. I love playing it uppy. It's hard to keep it under the cap. Binger, I'm with Binger too. I cut my D. That's where I cut my. I go way down. I go down to like 4,000. What do you go to, Binger? 1,000? I
go 2,000 to 1,000, 2,000 for if they get 0 points, they get 0 points. If that means I can get better players in the other positions.
Yeah. So you're stockpiling in your forwards.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think you need one good D out there, a power play D, and you're not going to get a power play D for fucking $1,000.
What kind of D do you get for $1,000? Pick your foot.
The two guys I have are D. Sandberg.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is.
You're telling me.
Sandberg plays for Philly, right?
No. He was on the Winnipeg Jets.
So he didn't even play. He's their 7th D, but okay. So
he had one shot on goal, and that was it.
Oh, he did play.
He had one shot on goal, and then
threw the puck there from
he was 2,700, and then some guy named M. Ekholm.
Ekholm plays. I took him to Nashville. He was how much was he?
He was a little more. He was 37.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard of the first guy you took. What's his name?
D. Sandberg.
He was probably called a
Dylan.
I gotta look up this fucking guy.
Dylan Sandberg.
Dylan Uppy. Nope. There's no fucking way Uppy heard this.
No,
guy.
I told you. Is he young, old?
He's got 80.
Is he? Is he one of those
What
emergency
team?
call-ups? They picked him up from the men's league. I probably got him
He's
from
playing for the Manitoba Moose
Team
last
Earls.
week.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Dylan Sandberg. He had 8 points in
Why
43
would you
games
pick
played.
Dylan Sandberg?
Wow,
'Cause
here
the
he's actually
cheapest-
played 43 games in the NHL.
He was the cheapest guy on the whole damn list.
Number 54, tough number. That's a training camp number. 6'3", 190 pounds, age 24.
All right.
Saginaw.
He's grinding.
He's got 58 career games in the league, 43 this year. So maybe he's breaking out. Maybe Binger's onto something, but I
He's
never
not.
heard
He
that
got
guy.
a point. He got 1 point.
With a big icicle next to his name.
I mean,
so did that help you, like squeezing in a guy that got 1 point? Like,
I mean,
rather-
I was the best in the Hall Pass family.
Oh, I see that. My brother was one behind you.
the Iron
You
Man
beat him by
streak continues
0.10.
with Brento.
Oh yeah, he doesn't miss one.
I love his dedication to the
He
fucking
loves it.
top titty. Maxi 51, Princey 55. I was terrible 58. Speaking about Brento, I thought about you and my sister Katie, but the Boston Bruins just did a siblings trip, and I believe another team did a siblings trip.
How drunk are the brothers and sisters?
I
on that?
mean, I'm thinking about what could have went bad
Yeah.
on that trip,
Yeah.
though, right? Like, all right,
For
there's
sure.
brothers and sisters and drinking, and it's like, next thing you know, you're like, hey, you buddy, you fucked my sister last night.
I
They're
mean,
like, how was the fucking road trip?
Yeah, who's
brought on Brento, fucked my sister.
who's to blame for that?
I'm blaming the GM.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, a good idea bringing a drunken bunch of horny guys with fucking horny chicks, free booze,
Private planes.
private planes,
Gambling.
Everyone's getting horned up on the bird. They
Oh,
had a full
yeah.
private
They're
before.
winning 90 points already. Everyone's winning. Everyone's partying. Yeah.
Imagine that came
Attaboy,
up.
Don Sweeney.
Don
Thanks a
Sweeney.
lot.
What was the turning point in the year on the siblings trip? Fucking someone, Marshawn's brother fucked someone's sister, and they couldn't bounce back from it.
Good take.
Oh,
Great
man.
take.
So
I'd
I
say
just-
that's a real issue.
Yeah, I thought so. Like, I just thought, like, you know, if I was a brother going on the NHL trip and I was in the suite with sisters, I was drinking.
We should be doing this every 10 games.
Yeah, I wake up to hey, bro, I got something to tell you there. I was at Tootsie's last night and I ended up fucking, you know. Should I tell the coach? Like, I don't know if you should tell anyone. Oh, the sibling trips, man. That's funny shit. Top titty, get in there. 63 entries. I'd like to see that number get up. What do we got to do? Someone talk to me. I did a video that didn't move the needle. What do we got to do to get more people? Any ideas back there or what? Just stay with it. I thought up in the prize might get some of these people more committed.
It was kind of like this is the first week back. We'll keep.
What if we do Missing Curfew pays for your entry? How much is the entry? Spumoni. Spumoni.
$10.
10 bones?
I even thought like coming on and talking to the boys on the pod might move the needle. That didn't really do much either, right? We had guys win that didn't want to come on. They're like, fuck you boys.
Or they'd call like 3 months later.
Yeah.
Like, I just listened to the episode. I won a couple months ago.
I guess I would say to the listeners, people in Ontario can't play, right? That's a bit of our problem, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that stings us. But the more you guys commit to playing, the more the prize money can get up. It helps our podcast. It's fun for you boys in Alberta, Manitoba, Saskatchewan.
Yeah,
what else you doing on a Thursday night?
Yeah.
Get in the fucking top titty.
You're drinking beer.
Yeah, BC
Labatt
too.
Blue.
Come on.
Drink some Labatt Blue and play some top titty.
Top titty. Updogg.
Actually, well, let's talk to Labatt and let's get some beer sent to the winners too.
That would be great.
Right?
Good idea.
Labatt Blue, winner of the top titty. You get just pinned next week.
Fucking 24 ice cold Labatt on your
Sent
doorstep.
right to your doorstep.
All right, we'll look into that. We're not. We'll look into that. That's a great idea.
Yeah, I like
It's a great
that.
idea.
Yeah. Maybe give them 48 beers, just so they can bring their buddies over.
Yeah, they try to drink a lot of beer up there. 48, you can bring the whole fucking hockey team over, no?
Well, I don't know, man.
Did you see the outdoor rink in Minnesota? I'll give the shout out. I think it was the boys on Bar Down that did it. This guy, like, they made their street in Winnipeg an outdoor rink. And not only that, they built like an ice place to sit with a fire. So they sit around like on their chairs in the ice, and there's a fire pit, and then kids play. Like
That's nationally.
That's Canadian.
Yeah, it is.
Right, and that's why you don't live in Winnipeg.
Yeah,
right? If that's what you're looking forward to, it's like,
I mean, that's making the best of it,
of a tough situation.
Well, the middle of fucking February up there, it's pretty. You're grinding it out.
Yeah, look,
it's full dog days.
It was pretty cool how they did it. Seriously though, the length of it was like the whole street, the whole thing. Like, it was pretty cool. Lock of the night, top titty, get in there, support the boys. It's fun to play. Win some cash, $1,000 up for grabs. American dollars too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That should get the Canadians involved, anyways. Lock of the night, Updogg. You You were feeling it. You went with the fucking Flyers going into Vancouver. They lost. You're 9-4. I took the Kings. I looked at the line. I want to say it was minus 280. So it wasn't quite as high as I thought it was, but they won. I'm 9-5. I'm going to let you go again first up, dog, just because you set the tone all year. Go ahead. DraftKings lock of the night, Saturday night.
I'm going to take the Penguins over the Blues.
The Blues, betting against the Blues the rest of the way in here might be a good play, by the way.
Yeah. Doug Armstrong does not want them to win any more games. He's going to make kind of life miserable over there. I love Army. I know you don't want to,
Can we talk about that for a second, by the way? They showed him in the press box, and he looked miserable.
Bitter,
and he was going to make, I'm like, that guy looks like he's going to make life kind of shitty.
He will.
Yeah.
It's not perfect in there.
Yeah.
It's tornado town. It's just, they're fucking blowing everything up.
So Penguins against the Blues, I like that. I got to go.
I mean, the line's not going to be bad.
That's not going to be bad at all. I'm going to take the Colorado Avalanche at home against the Calgary Flames. We're going to talk.
You're going for just the locks, aren't you?
We're going to talk about the Avs here as we move forward in this podcast. But yeah, the Flames aren't a bad team. What do you think that line will be?
I'd say minus, it depends. McCarr back, maybe he's in concussion protocol.
Yeah. I'm going to say that line's going to be, how much?
280.
No, won't be that high, I don't think.
280.
That one there is going to be Avalanche minus 185.
Wow. Well, let's see if the Flames play the night before.
I can look that up. I can look that up.
The other one would be the Oilers at Blue Jackets. They'll go in and steamroll them.
Fucking Blue Jackets, yeah.
Tough
but you
team.
know those teams ups like this time of year where...
Well, like the Chicago Blackhawks against the Leafs last weekend?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Do we have that on here? Because that was minus 580.
Minus 585 it was.
That is stinky.
So you're going to ask me if the Calgary Flames are playing on Friday? No, but the fucking Colorado Avalanche are playing Friday in Winnipeg.
Okay, so you just took them. You can't change your bet.
Ooh, mama. Ooh, mama.
Because that's a tough one the night before. Friday night in Winnipeg, what
time you get out of there? You got to de-ice? Fucking de-icing.
De-icing.
Sometimes I want to roll the dice. Fuck it, go.
Just go. I don't care if this thing starts doing circles in the sky, all right? I'm out of here. Get me home. I need a fucking, I need a warm shower. And
I was -3.
Some Pornhub.
Yeah, I got to go home. I'm going to jerk off and go to bed. All right? Fuck the de-icing. Okay, so they play in Winnipeg. I think it's an 8 o'clock start I saw there too. Bryce Uppy. You might be right here. I'm in one. 8 o'clock Eastern, so that's 7 Central. So 7 in Winnipeg, play the game 10. Boys get out there at 11, de-ice 12, 2-hour flight. They land in Denver at 1:30, 2 o'clock. You're in bed by 3.
Sleeping by 4.
Yeah. Depends when you take your amble, but maybe got the car ride home. I got to stick with it, but Uppy, that's why you do your research, boys. Banger and Maxi, that's why.
Yeah.
Fuck. The worst part is who's going to play net for the Avs. Although Georgiev, he played back-to-back games last week, which I love.
Yeah, he's good.
I love that. I love that goalies want to play back-to-back.
He's taking the reins.
Especially when you're like Colorado and you're finally back into a legit playoff spot. I'm sticking with them. Avs, Updog's got the Penguins. A lock of the night. Uppy's 9-5. 9-4. I'm 9-5. Updog, first and foremost, the fact daddy, Ryan O'Reilly, traded to the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm going to toot our own horn. The rumor mill, about a month and a half ago, we did say Ryan O'Reilly could end up in the Toronto Maple Leafs. So our rumors, we're not just making them up. We're not just making them up here. We have some credibility here at Missin.
You're damn right we do. Insiders.
Listen, I think from a perspective of picking up Ryan O'Reilly and Noel Achari, I love the Achari. I don't want to call him a throw-in because he's more than that, but helps their fourth line, gives them grit. I actually watched the Blues play the other night, and I thought, fuck, Achari would be a good guy for someone to pick up. I watched them play against the Devils. They won that game. Lost the same game parlay on a fucking empty netter. Fact Daddy.
Our boy Fact Daddy. Would have been nice for him to get one in the first game. He got an assist. It would have been nice for him to just put one home, just to.
Yeah. You know what was crazy about that game?
That jersey.
That was his last game as a Blue, and you're trying to trade the guy, and he's not on the first power play unit.
You know what? I saw, I tuned in on that game too, and I saw O'Reilly, Barbashev, someone else all on the same line.
That was the line. Barbashev, O'Reilly, and
who else? Another guy that could get moved. It was basically like a showcase line. And I was thinking that the time I got traded from Arizona to Columbus. And then the night before we played in Chicago, Obes, I got played 21 minutes. I'd never played so much in my life. I'm on power plays, penalty kills, and I'm like, I got on the plane next day. I look at Jovo, I go, well, that was weird. And he's like, you're gone. I'm like, yeah, fuck, I'm gone.
Well, that's true.
Next morning, sent to Columbus.
That's how it worked.
Yeah, they were like, all right, play this kid tonight. Let me see what he's got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Tyler Pitlick on that line?
No.
No?
Big goofy righty?
Yeah. No. I don't know. That.
It was someone else.
O'Reilly,
but
Barbashev,
It made a
and-
lot of sense.
Was it a Chari?
It might have been a Chari.
It was a Chari. It was a Chari.
Yeah. So
Doug
and
knew-
count on Barbashev probably getting moved next because he's a huge piece to someone.
Yeah.
I think so.
He's getting traded for sure.
But you're right. This is a Dubas taking a swing. I think he said for years he wasn't going to trade a first round pick for rentals. Well, he did, but he addressed it and got two guys, not just a rental, two guys that can play. Like what I love about Achari, because I was in the role forever, is the guy came into St. Louis with really no expectations other than just be, hopefully in the lineup. And then he became a known name, a guy that Chief loved and put on the penalty kill. He played front of the net in power plays. He was just a guy that took his opportunity, which was just a rebirth in St. Louis, and made it into a chance to go win a Stanley Cup in Toronto.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a dream when you're kind of like, that grinding journeyman guy. So, and you're going with someone. That's such a nice, when you get traded and you go with one of your teammates and you're in a new room and you look across and you're like, fuck, okay, there's my familiar face, right?
Yeah.
Whether you know anyone on that team or not, it's huge.
It helps big time.
So I love the deal. And to break this 3-team trade that involves Blues, Minnesota Wild, they ate up all this fucking salary. It's crazy. They get him for $1.7 million. So like in the trade, Toronto sends prospect Abramov. Is that how I say the name?
Adam Gaudette, who's a journeyman.
Yeah. A 23 first round pick, a 24 second rounder, and Ottawa's 23rd third rounder to the Blues. They get O'Reilly and Achari. The Blues retain 50% of O'Reilly's $7.5 million cap hit.
Yeah. So this is a way all around the hard cap. For people out there
Crazy.
that are in love with the hard cap and this and that, and I'm going to throw Cooley in there. Hey, Cooley, this is how these GMs are getting around it. Like you throw Minnie in, they get a pick because you basically said before we started recording, Minnie paid to get a pick, right? They took on cap space to get a pick.
Yeah, so the Leafs send their own 25 fourth round pick to retain an additional 50% of O'Reilly's cap hit on what was left, right? So of what was left. So the Leafs are getting O'Reilly for 1.875 against their cap for a guy that's a Conn Smythe winner.
Yeah, it's a great trade.
And they do it at this time, with doing it 2-3 weeks in advance gives them O'Reilly for that longer extended period of time. It's another added bonus.
He looks great in the blue and white.
He does.
I've yet to watch him play. I'm going to watch him tonight. We're recording on Tuesday. They're playing Buffalo. I'm going to watch him. Couple things. If there wasn't any beer in that fucking dressing room, there's about to be.
There is now.
Or a bottle of Jameson somewhere in there. And
You're right.
I haven't talked to Factor. I text him, I love you, buddy. I can't wait to see you in the blue and white. I hope he goes in there and just beats himself, right? And I'm not saying you come in and you're overly vocal, but bring that swagger. Bring that, hey, boys, let's go on what are you guys doing on the road? Let's go have a beer. Invite them. Maybe they say no. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But my advice to him would be be Ryan O'Reilly. Don't go in there and not be yourself and try to maybe you guys don't want to, go for a beer on the road or this and that. Like, that's, to me, why they brought him in too, right? Be yourself. That's what I would tell him. And the other thing I don't love right now is, do they have to wear their buckets for warm-up?
I mean, if he's wearing it, then the answer to that is yes.
Yeah. If I'm Factor, I march into Sheldon
Because
Keefe's.
no guy likes to put a little more Vaseline in that flow than Ryan O'Reilly. And slicker back on a nice Saturday night
playing for the
Canada
Buds.
game. Playing for the Buds. Yeah.
Come on. If I'm Factor, I pick my right time. I go and knock on Sheldon's door and say, Coach, listen, I want to stay on the cup. I want to Conn Smythe.
Fuck, how often
Let's bring
is
the
it? How
swag, this
often is
team.
a captain,
bring the swag.
Conn Smythe winning captain getting traded at the deadline? And God,
Great
it's
question.
to the Leafs, right? So you walk in there, and I tweeted this, but I mean, there's not one guy in that Toronto Maple Leafs dressing room that's going to fucking watch Ryan O'Reilly come in and not go like, holy shit, we got O'Reilly on our squad.
Big time.
How fucking cool is this?
Yeah.
He's legit our captain now. Like, I know Tavares wears the C, and Matthews is, their young leader, and Marner's making all the money. O'Reilly's legit now their leader.
Yeah.
I think it's a no-brainer. It's a great fucking
And I'm sure they work hard there. I don't know any of these kids, but when they see Ryan O'Reilly come to the rink and his preparation and the details that he puts in before practice, after practice, during practice, that's going to rub off with these guys immediately. When Factor comes in there and he's the hardest working guy in the team, not saying these kids aren't, but Matthews then will be like, holy fuck, maybe I got to do a little bit more. I'm not saying they don't, but I know how much Factor does, and that's going to rub on these guys off tremendously. And what you talk about getting him in there this week or last week, that stuff can start rubbing off them right away, opposed to waiting to March 3rd.
Totally.
You know what I mean? I got to see without his bucket out there. Though.
Guy's going to be winning some puck battles out there, isn't he?
Man.
Between him and Marner, the two guys that can pick pucks off, I mean,
this is a great line. So for what I'm seeing on Daily Faceoff, they got Bunting, Matthews, Nylander, Tavares playing the wing with O'Reilly and Marner. And to me, that makes so much sense to me because we've talked about Factor. I thought Tampa was a great fit for him. And deep down, I kind of wanted to go to Tampa. I love that he's a Leaf. But that line they can play at a slower pace. Tavares isn't the fastest guy. Marner can slow it down. You got Factor. They can dictate the pace of play. I don't mind Tavares on the wing. If this is accurate with Daily Faceoff, I'll see tonight when I watch the game. A guy I think the Leafs are going to try to trade before the deadline is Alex Kerfoot. Right now, he's played on their fourth line. If they can move Kerfoot and bring in another defenseman, if Kyle Dubas, Robert Bertuzzo,
bring in Bobo.
If they can bring in
Where
Bobo,
can we put him in this lineup?
Bobo. I mean they already have a Bobo kind of like Justin Hall, but I'm sure Bobo's a way better guy and way tougher, and block shots and won a cup.
Right?
Bobo's way better.
And
that's
probably
kind of
cheaper.
Maybe, but
we'll see.
To me, they still need a D-man if they want to be a legit contender. But anytime bringing in Ryan O'Reilly, he looks good in that uniform. Where's he going to live, you think?
Probably at the Ritz.
Yeah.
Or like the Shangri-La, right? Somewhere nice.
I think that's
somewhere just fully furnished and just dial it in.
The Shangri-La, that's a national place. That's where you should go. Give me the 3-bedroom at the Shangri-La. I'll call it a day.
Yeah, I mean, you're only there for 3 months and hopefully another 3 months chasing a cup. Just get the fully furnished, decked out pad with a little, patio, walk to Cactus Club.
I mean, if they could go on, now I'm torn, right? If they play Tampa in the first round, I'm fucking torn. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, they are playing Tampa.
I know. I don't know what to do. Like, I want O'Reilly to win a Stanley Cup in Toronto, but I love Tampa.
Yeah. That's going to be a great series.
Who would you bet right now? Who would you take right now? Well, we got to wait till the deadline's over.
It depends. If they don't add any D and it's Vasilevsky versus,
I know.
Do they have enough offense to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning in like a shootout 7-game series with no D and a goalie that's, Samsonov? He hasn't really stood out in the playoffs yet. That's a question I'd have to ask you. I don't know.
I think you just answered the fucking question there. Right? It sounds like Tampa. It's just like it put a gun to my head. As much as I love Ryan O'Reilly, I would take Tampa still. I would just imagine they do get past the first round and they go on a run to the Stanley Cup Finals and Factor's playing for them and the weather's nice in Ontario. I will be going to some games. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
It would be fun. So congrats to him. Congrats to Leaf Station. Kyle Dubas, got to give you credit, buddy. I've ripped you a lot on this podcast. That's a ballsy move. I hope it pays off for you. The Rumor Mill, presented by our good friends at Labatt. The Updogg was talking about them earlier.
Labatt Blue, baby.
Get them in you.
Nice cold blue skis.
God, they're nice. Weren't they nice?
They go sliding, don't they?
I got to send some to PJ.
Lights.
I got to send some to PJ, by the way.
Yeah, my old man, we used to have those Labatt Blue posters, pin-up posters in the garage growing up. I got to find a couple of those.
Labatt Blue girls?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were nice.
Remember those?
Oh, yeah. I
like
think
the bikinis and dry it. There was a good garage gear. Yeah.
Garage gear. Maybe we should talk about bringing back that calendar.
I think so.
Missin Curfew calendar sponsored by Labatt. Maybe that's something we can talk about. The Rumor Mill. I don't know how much truth is to this one, but I was doing my show last week, or cool show with him, and I picked up Fourth Period magazine. Shout out to the boys there. And fucking, there's a picture of Weegsy Baby on the cover of the website.
Did he make the cover?
It's fucking Uyghur 52. And it says there's a chance that Weegsy Baby maybe can trade to Ottawa. Now, I don't know how accurate this is. Give me your take on it. We talked about before. This is a good take by you on, the fact that Weegsy's signed for 8 years.
So an 8-year deal kicks in next year, and it's a great ticket. And we're happy for our boy Uyghur. You play with him. I know him. He's a great kid. Couldn't be happier for him. This is the thing. He is an Ottawa kid. Would he love to go play for Ottawa? I don't know. There's a lot of tickets you're going to end up buying for your family. It's cold as fuck. You're kind of getting used to that in Calgary right now. You played in Florida. This is a drastic change for you. This season hasn't gone so well. You're feeling the heat. You've been in Calgary longer than him so far.
Careers
Now,
go to die there. Careers go to die.
My take is this. With the no trade clause kicking in next year and an 8-year deal kicking in, when was the last time you seen Ottawa be able to sign a young free agent to an 8-year deal? Someone that, would be maybe excited to come, but would have other offers, and I think Weegar took a deal to stay in Calgary. I think if he had a year this year, after the last couple of years he had in Florida, he would have went to the free agent market with not a lot of defensemen his age, and he probably would have hit a home run somewhere. His deal is a great deal, but Ottawa now is like, wow, we can scoop up a kid like Mackenzie Weegar, have him in Ottawa for 8 years. We're obviously not a place that can fucking find these free agents like this just growing on trees. And they might get him. And Calgary might go, you know what? Let's just push the reset button here and save ourselves, $7 million on our cap a year, $6 million. And look to spend that money elsewhere.
It's definitely intriguing. And Weegsy, baby, listen, I would have given anything to have this year. This is 1 goal, 15 assists, 16 points. Actually, I've had years like this. 2 plus 2. It's a fucking decent year. It's a decent year. I love Weegsy. Thank fuck he signed that deal for 8 years, $50 million. Because if he was having this year on an expiring contract, I don't know if he would have got that. Maybe not.
No.
If they get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I love Weegsy. And I think it's been an adjustment for him and Hubie. We both know that. And I think, I don't know. I think if there's any truth to this, if you can get a Mackenzie Weegar in Ottawa, play him with a Thomas Chabot, young group, come up together, Weegs can be the veteran guy. I think there's some truth to that. However, if he goes in there and signs an 8-year, $50 million deal and gets traded before the deal kicks in, Weegsy, baby,
that might not have ever happened.
That
before.
may have never happened.
Yeah.
8-year deal and you get traded before the deal starts.
Yeah, that might not. That'd be a 1-on-1. But hey, no record's a bad record. Yeah. I would look at it like that.
I wouldn't trade. I wouldn't trade Weegsy. I think Hubie more than when Weegsy's having a tough transition. I don't know what's going to happen with Daryl Sutter. If I'm Brad Tree Living, I stick to my guns. But Dave Pagnotta reported it, so I thought we'd bring it up here on Missin Curfew. Last thing on the rumor mill, Winnipeg Jets are interested in Timo Meier, but would cost him Cole Perfetti, reported by Nick Kiprios. I like Cole Perfetti.
Yeah.
If you can get Timo Meier, though,
he's a beast.
He's a beast. But I'm going to say it here. Timo Meier is going to be a New Jersey Devil. Yeah, Devils fans, as much as you guys are fucking mutants, you're going to get Timo Meier because they have so many first and second round picks and prospects. I just think it makes so much sense for Timo Meier to be a New Jersey Devil. I think it's going to happen. I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. I just can't see Winnipeg. I don't know. I would love it. It would fit great with the Jets. His size, Winnipeg has a big team, his ability to score. To me, Updogg, it feels like Timo Meier will be a New Jersey Devil. Time will tell on that one. I wanted to get your take on this. Jacob Tricklin has now been a healthy scratch for 3 weeks. We talk about tanking for Bedard, this and that. I get it. You don't want him to get hurt. But at the same time, you still need to honor the league. You still have to put a team out there that's going to win. Like 3 weeks here is outrageous. Like, do you think this is okay that Bill Armstrong's just scratched this kid? He's not playing? Or is it they're a little bit like, hey, we get that you don't want it. You're trying not to win games in Phoenix, but 3 weeks without putting him out there?
I don't think I've ever seen this, but there's something so morally wrong with the decision. And I in a way, it might come back and like kind of haunt them and crush them. Like, well, why? I would file grievance, to be honest. Like, Jake, do you think he just wants to sit there? This is the conversation I think internally that they must have had. Like, okay, you're our asset. We want you, we need pieces for you. We know you're not part of future plans, et cetera, et cetera. But, 2 weeks, I see 1 game, 2 games, because you're going to move him the next day. But you can't start scratching him like with just in hopes of someone calling and offering you what you want.
Totally.
It needs to be like, hey, the deal's on the table. We have 2 teams talking. Everything is in motion. You're not playing tonight.
Yeah.
And you know what? You're not playing tomorrow night just because they're on the road and they got to squeeze cap issues here and there. But the 2 weeks just to protect an asset, like the other teams can't be happy either. Like, he hasn't played in 2 weeks.
That's where I was just
getting
going.
fucking out of shape. Now he comes in, he's going to blow his groin first game because all he's been doing is bag skating with you guys. Like, what?
That's exactly where I was going. I just wrote it down. If I'm a GM of the other team, I'm like, I don't want Chychrun that hasn't played for 3 weeks. When I pick him up, I'm either a team that's fighting for the division, fighting for a playoff spot. This guy's got to come in and play 25 minutes for me starting the fucking next night after I trade him. For him to be out for 3 weeks, you could ride the bike and bag skate, as you know, as next player up. It's not the same.
No, plus
So to me, this doesn't make
playing.
sense. It doesn't make sense.
More the moral part of just being healthy and not being able to play in NHL games. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Mullet Arena too. Come on, man.
We got to get to the mullet.
I mean, to me, I don't know. I would put him out there. I think if I'm a GM, like you said, from the other perspective, I want this guy playing. But Weegsy, baby, I don't know if you want to get traded or not, but I want whatever you want, but I want it to happen to you. That was a Rumorville presented by Labatt. Back up the Brinks truck presented by our good friends at DraftKings. Promo code Curfew Kings. Mikey Anderson. 8 years, 33 bananas. This is fucking outrageous. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, 2 goals, 11 apples in 57 games.
those are O'Brien stats.
Those are O'Brien stats. I don't know if he's as good of a glue guy as you.
I don't know if he spends as much time at Hyde as I did, but
fourth rounder too, by the way. It's a lot of money. I get it. He's a good skater.
Is he a good skater?
I mean, and they're looking to obviously have a 2. Do they have the number 2 slot like on that team for D?
So he's played 174 games.
This is gonna make you puke.
He's got 33 points, 74 pims.
33 bananas.
I'm speechless. I'm fucking speechless. And people are gonna be, oh, he's good. He kills penalty. I mean, 4.1 million a year. Is that just what D's are worth now, Uppy? I mean, if you go to their depth chart, to me, it's just this one. I was like, you got to give this guy 8 years. Like, you couldn't have given him. Like, I guess what I'm saying is, in 4 years, is Rob Blake going to go, oh my God, Mikey Anderson, we're giving him 4.1. He's worth 7. No, it's not. He's never going to be worth 7. So to me, it's like, why are you giving him 8 years? Why not 4 years? And I think 4.1's too high for him.
Yeah, I don't know. There's got to be something.
Right here,
something
he says it's their top pair with Drew Doughty, and he might rightfully so be. But the Kings back end, to me, is thin. I don't know. This one, you talk about missing the game. This one, when I saw it, I was like, fuck.
Should have just stayed in a few more nights and just had a little bit healthier meals on Sundays.
Yeah, I don't know. This one, to me, Updogg. Kings fans, I may be wrong. I don't think Rob Blake needed to give him 8 years, 33 fucking bananas. I could go play with Drew Doughty. Give me a month to get in shape. I could play with Drew Doughty. Anyways, seriously, congrats to Mikey Anderson. As ex-players, we're wanting to get paid.
The boys get paid.
I'm fucking jealous.
I know.
I'll say it. I'm jealous. 33 bananas. I'm jealous. Wow, I would have had a night. A couple weeks ago, Dustin Browns' number got retired. They gave him a statue outside Crypto Arena. Listen, I played against Dustin Brown. I battled him. I hated him. I wanted to fight him. I would have taken him on my team in a heartbeat. He won 2 Stanley Cups. His jersey should be hanging from Staples Center. But a statue, Updogg? Really?
How much room they got outside that Staples Center?
I'd rather give Stoli Babe a statue. Give Stoli a statue.
I agree.
Like, I mean, anytime you take a C away from a guy and give it to Anze Kopitar. Now, Kopitar, that guy to me deserves a statue.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and he's not even done.
He's not done, but Anze Kopitar, if he wants to get, he better get a statue if they're giving Dustin Brown one. To me, the jersey retirement was great. 23 deserves to be in the rafters at Staples Center, but a statue? So now you got Wayno and Dustin Brown out there? You got Wayne Gretzky and Dustin Brown as 2 statues out there. Come on, man.
I mean, he played 13. He holds the franchise record for games played, 1,300.
Listen, he's a great king. He deserves to have his jersey retired. He deserved everything he had there. The ceremony was unbelievable. The cup being there, hanging out with the boys, all the boys. He deserved all that. But a statue? Come on, man.
Yeah, the statue's great. It's a unique thing. I mean, I don't think I've ever played with a guy that's going to have a statue.
Statues are hard to get.
Yeah, statue. Yeah, because they're there forever.
It's a statue.
I know. It's crazy.
I mean, in LA, there'll probably be bird shit and fucking graffiti on it anyway, so it won't matter. Hey, Bingard, well, what do the statues look like there? Do they protect them?
List right now, it's Dustin Browns involved with Wayne Gretzky, Magic Johnson, Oscar De La Hoya, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Jerry West, Shaq, Kobe, and Dustin Brown.
Yeah. See, is Dustin Brown a Hall of Famer?
That's wild.
No,
I don't think so. No.
Does he have 1,000 points?
That I don't know.
Can you look that up real quick? I don't think he has close to 1,000 points.
So all you got to do is play a couple games in the Staples Center and you get a statue out front.
Well,
Oscar De La Hoya. I mean, he should get a statue just for banging Holly Sanders alone. So I'm okay with that one. Who else?
Holly Sanders, is that who he's banging?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
You haven't seen their videos?
Well, on like.
Well, they're just always going out and mixing it up, and she's wearing practically nothing, and he's
does she have like OnlyFans or something? Or
I'm
what
sure
do you
she
mean,
probably
videos?
does.
I taught his kids baseball and soccer.
Really?
Yeah,
Oscar De La Hoya.
His kids went to my old middle school and high school, and I was a summer school teacher for baseball and soccer. And his little kid was like my height at like 10 years old, just dropping bombs.
Is this Fat Bing back in the day?
Yeah, this was like 220, 230 Bing.
How many points?
1,296 games,
Yeah.
325 goals,
Yeah.
and 387 assists for 712 points, minus 36.
Yeah.
Statue.
It's a great career.
Great
It's not
career.
even sniffing a Hall of Famer. And you're giving him a statue? You stripped him of the C. There was a reason you took the C from him and gave it to Kopitar. There's a reason. And now you're giving him a statue?
It's wild. I don't know.
I had this conversation with Brad Richardson, pinned at the Waste Management. And Brad Ritchie thought it was a good, 2 cups. Great career. Jerseys in the rafters.
But
Retired
you're not
forever.
the only reason you hoisted the cups, but you probably, even in the room, like you're not the most vocal like leader on the team. You're smashing everyone.
I loved his game.
Yeah, totally.
Loved his game.
Great. I
Wanted to kill him.
I look up to him, and he was a year younger than me.
Yeah.
He played fucking the game hard.
I'm not taking anything away.
Was a good young leader on the team. The LA Kings didn't win those cups because of Dustin Brown. They won it because of Jonathon Quick, because of Kopitar, Doughty,
Williams.
Penner, Williams, everyone.
The whole team. And he was part of it.
Statue.
Statue.
Like Jonathon Quick, maybe statue.
I'd give Quickie a statue before I give Dustin Brown a statue.
I would give Jonathon Quick a statue.
Now, Dustin Brown did hit Henrik Sedin in the first round against the Vancouver Canucks. That changed the entire series. And they wouldn't have won a cup without Brown. And everything you said, their whole team was so good.
Mm-hmm.
But a statue to me was, now I'm coming into Staples. Not that I'll ever go to Staples, but I'm coming in and fucking Dustin Brown statue. Come on. What are we talking about here? Hey, should have put that on the milk carton, actually. But anyways, congratulations to Dustin Brown. Great career. I don't believe he deserved a statue, though. That was Back Up the Brinks truck presented by DraftKings. Promo code Curfew Kings. Real quick, Updogg Stadium Series. I'll be honest, I didn't watch it. You watch any of it?
I watched yesterday morning, actually Sunday morning, I watched the replay of the opening of it. I wanted to check it out, see how it looked. Tough broadcast. ESPN, I know you were trying to make something out of this, but it was just, the whole intro was just beat up. It was bad. It was tough to watch. I had the game. I didn't watch much of the game. I like the Stadium Series games. Like the one in Nashville was good just to be there, be live, experience the tailgate, whatever. Downtown Nashville is probably a little different than Raleigh, but both I think are great for the fans. I just think they tried way too hard on the broadcast, and I don't know. For people that watched it, chime in. I don't know. I thought it was horrendous.
Yeah, I think they're great at live events. I went to my first one last year in Nashville with you.
Yeah.
Never played in one. I think they suck on TV.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have the Winter Classic. Do we need a Stadium Series? I don't know. I'm more of a let's do something made for TV. I don't know. I don't have the answer for that, so maybe I should stop running my mouth about it. But great live events. I think they're shit on TV. I didn't watch it because every time I watch it, I think the game sucks. However, Carolina, I believe in their last 15 games are 13-1-1. We should have probably been betting them.
Yeah, they're doing some fucking.
I mean, they're as good as anyone. And then on some sad news, I wanted to, obviously Alex Ovechkin's dad passed away last week. Just my condolences to Obie and his family. Ovie's been so great for the game. We reaped the benefits of it through our playing career of, we were lucky enough to make the money we did. Ovie was part of that. He's great for the game. He'll be back. And I would say this, he's probably going to be even more motivated, right? Like once he grieves here for a bit and comes back and
for sure.
Right? He'll play for his old man. So to Ovie and everyone there, our condolences. It's just
Thinking
a tough
about
one.
it, yeah.
Tough
That's
one.
crazy.
The milk carton, presented by our good friends at Cannadips. Promo code Curfew Cali. You want a Palmy?
Love one.
That's one of the best. If you're out there looking for a good tin, the
Palmies.
Oh, they're unbelievable.
Arnold Palmer's. Palmies?
They're unbelievable.
Yeah.
They're unbelievable.
Our listeners don't like when I chew on these during our episodes, but
They don't like when you suck on them. They're just kind of.
I'm a sucker.
Yeah, you like to suck. Yeah, you like to get right in there.
I mean,
you like to
I wasn't
muck
much
it.
of a chewer, so this is a little new for me.
Yeah, you're getting good at it.
Yeah, I like it.
The milk carton. First thing, I'm going to put the 2-goal leads in the NHL in the milk carton. Every week, I bet on these games and I watch these games. And a 2-goal lead is. It used to be the saying was it was the worst lead in hockey. Now it's official. I just was waiting for the second half of these games to tighten up and get up 2 and lock it down. It's not going to happen. So 2-goal leads back on the milk carton. The Colorado Avalanche's injuries. McCarr's out. Eric Johnson just got hurt. We're going to talk about a couple guys that came back, and this guy fucks. Enough is enough. I'm putting the injuries on the milk carton. The time is now to get McCarr back, stay healthy, because if they keep doing these injuries down the stretch, it's just too much for me. And then my last milk carton is the ref that gave Nazem Kadri a 10-minute misconduct before OT in the Rangers game. Take your fucking cape off.
Come on. What is this, a Super Bowl? Hey, holding? Come on. Christ, cost me.
But you can't give a guy a 10 before OT.
No, nor can you call a holding in the last fucking play.
Still not over that, eh? Still not
the
over
last
that?
play of one of the best Super Bowl games of all time.
Still not over that?
No, it can't be. No. Anyway.
Did you see the video
it's
of...
not about the refs. It's fucking stay out of the game.
Did you see the video of Patrick Mahomes' voice attached to Kenny Powers' voice?
It's all time.
Have you seen that video?
Yeah, I did.
Fuck, is it great? I love Kenny
It's
Powers.
bang on, right?
Bang on.
When's Kenny? Let's get Kenny Powers on there.
Hurt my nose. Hurt my nose.
Yeah, I went to rehab. Hurt my nose.
Hurt my nose.
No, I didn't hurt myself.
Because Coach Booth said after his back surgery, he has to go to rehab.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hurt myself. I hurt my nose.
I'm with you. Don't, Rangers, they don't want that. Like before OT, don't give a guy 10. Just go to the ref circle, pretend you can't hear him, and let the boys finish it up.
Giving an all-star a 10-minute misconduct because you just,
it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Thump your wife.
What'd you say to him? Did you see the Minnesota Wild fans? Not that I'm putting you on the milk carton, Minnesota Wild fans. They gave Marc-Andre, I should probably put Marc-Andre Fleury on the milk carton because he gave up 3 goals on 9 shots, and the Minnesota faithful gave him the Patty Waugh treatment. And he kind of did the same thing. Like,
did he clap?
He gave him this one.
Oh, they were clapping on the next save.
Like, no, they dumped one in.
Yeah, and he
made it, and they
yeah.
went, hey! Wow, that's got to sting, no? It's got to sting.
How many cups do the Minnesota Wild have?
None.
Because he's got 3.
Yeah, so he doesn't care.
Come on.
He doesn't care?
Well, it's like, come on, fans. Like, off day.
Yeah.
But as long as I think there's a guy that can take that, brush it off. It's a guy like Marc-Andre Fleury.
It was a big game. They were playing the Avs last week, and it was basically they were tied in points. Colorado was coming in off back-to-back. They played the night before and lost. And Minnesota outplayed them. I watched the game. They outplayed them. Fleury gave up 3 goals on 9 shots, and that was the difference of the hockey game. So I get why they're upset. I would tread carefully trying to get Marc-Andre. I don't know. I just don't think. I love the Wild fans. I love that team. I'm shocked that they haven't taken off here. I think Billy Guerin's got something up his sleeve at the deadline, and time will tell. Maybe a Kevin Hayes down the middle. Wouldn't Hazy be a nice fit there? Like they're lacking centers. If you look at their, right here, Ryan Hartman, who's been hurt, hasn't really came back. Eckerson Ek, Freddie Gaudreau. To me, does a Kevin Hayes slide in there down the pipe, right? First line center, Kevin Hayes. Then you put Ryan Hartman as your second line center. I don't know. I just watched that game the other day, and I know Hazy's name's been mentioned. I thought that might be a good fit. Wild fans, don't give up on Marc-Andre Fleury. Last but not least, my bad beats. I've started my own segment. It's presented by no one. It's sponsored by no one. It's just always bad beats.
Ob's having a tough time.
Ottawa. I try to love you. I love Brady Tkachuk. I'm trying to get on board. You're up 3-1 with 10 minutes to go against the Chicago Blackhawks. They lose 4-3 in overtime to cost me my money line. It was minus 250. You should probably never bet the Ottawa Senators at minus 250. They're not that good of a team. I was at dinner at Rothschild's. I looked at my phone. It was 3-1. By the time dessert came, I looked back. It was 4-3 Blackhawks. 10 minutes. 3-1 lead at home.
Yeah, that's not
Patty
right.
Kane took over.
Did he? Good.
Took over.
Good. That's good for hockey because we want him to be buzzing into the trade deadline so we can see him put on another jersey.
Yeah, he's going to be. That was the milk carton presented by our good friends at Cannadips. Promo code Curfew Cali.
That's right.
This guy fucks. We talked about the Avs injuries. They got a couple guys back, Uppy. Bo Byram. I know I talk about him every year. This kid's blocking shots. He's fighting. He's playing 25 minutes a night. Bo Byram is fucking. And Josh Manson. This guy's back. The way he played against the Wild, physicality, hitting, scrumming. I mean, both of these guys back. If they can get McCarr back in the lineup, I think Eric Johnson's out for a long period of time. Bo Byram and Josh Manson are fucking up, dog.
I'm going to add Robbie Fabbri to that.
Love it.
9 points in his last 5 games, 4 goal. He had a 4-game goal streak. The kids had, the injuries, put the injuries aside. The Detroit Red Wings are a way better team when he's out there. He's his added threat. He complements all his line mates well. He's a great kid. So Robbie Fabbri has been doing some thumping.
Yeah, I love that kid.
Great kid.
Got to meet him through you. He's unbelievable. Dylan Larkin, this guy fucks too. I mean, no contract. He's playing like a man possessed. Connor McDavid has 100 points. It's February. I mean, it's February.
I think 101.
Does he have 101?
Yeah,
he's got 101. And then I want to talk about Patty Kane. This guy, the last couple of games, he had a hat trick the other night against the Leafs. I think he had 2 against the Sens. I think he sees all these guys getting traded, and he said, it's time for me now to step up a little bit. Patty Kane's been doing some fucking, they gave him a great little send-off at the United Center because it could be his last game. Thought it was great. Came out, did this little,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's big.
It's big. So
that's, man,
Patty Kane
in my eye.
Patty Kane doing some fucking. And then last but not least, and this guy fucks, Mark Giordano is the oldest player in the NHL, and he's the only Leafs D-man to play every game. To me, Gio, that is unbelievable, man. That is unbelievable. Gio is 39 years old or 38.
He's the oldest in the league. There's
He's
no
the
40-year-old?
oldest guy in the league.
There's not a 40-year-old in the league anymore?
No. Jumbo retired. Yeah, oldest guy in the league. He's played every game. That's impressive, man. And he's been playing 20 minutes a night. It's impressive. So to me, I just thought,
oh wow, he's 4 days older than me.
There you go.
October 3rd, 1983.
So he'll be 40 and so he'll be 39.
He's gonna be 40 in October.
Pretty impressive, man. To play every single game on a back end that's been banged up.
Yeah,
that's impressive. Like they signed him thinking he'd be 4-5-6 or 4-5. Be a leadership guy. He's come in there and played every fucking game.
Yeah, it's great.
To me, that's impressive. Last week, Updogg, we talked about the topic on fighting. And I just wanted to clarify it because Loops hit me up. He's like, I fucking could have disagreed with you more. If you hit a guy, you got to, listen.
And we talked to Getsy about it too.
If you hit a fucking star player, yes, you got to fucking hit. If Connor McDavid gets laid out, fucking 5 guys get in there and jump the fucking guy.
Yeah.
If Austin Matthews gets hit, if these top guys get hit, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Everyone go in there and try to kill him. I'm talking about your average NHLer gets hit, or any player that's not a complete superstar. Every time there's a hit, you don't need to run in there and fight. I'm all for protecting the star players. You got to continue to protect the star players. But when a clean hit happens, there's no need to fight. So I just wanted to clarify on my end that, listen, I would be first man in there if my star player got hit. But at the same time, I don't want every time there's a hit, someone running in. So protect the star players. If it's a good body check, me and Loops were going back and forth on it. I said, come on the pod, talk about it, Loops. Didn't get back to me, but
listen, it happened last night too. Just to add to this, it happened in the Calgary Flyers game. Kid comes down, rocks Delorier, who's arguably the toughest guy in the league, one of them, and sure as shit, someone else comes over because Delorier got hit, right? And Delorier just took it, got up, grabbed the puck, and boom, they squared off. It was a great tilt. I don't know if you've seen it. It was a great fight last night, and
I didn't see it, but did you see the fucking Josh Brown Erica Branson fight?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes,
what a tilt that was. That was I got to give that Josh Brown some credit, man.
Haymakers.
That Brown stuck, like Goody hit him with some big ones. That Josh Brown was in Florida when we were there. He was
really?
Yeah, he played in the coast when I was in the American League in San Antonio.
Okay.
Great tilt. I wanted to give that Josh Brown some love.
Mm-hmm. I'm
all for protecting the star players. If your star player gets hit, you get in there and fight. But the rest of these hits, you want to square off and square up, fine. But don't jump the fucking guy.
I agree.
Don't run in there and jump him.
Hitting needs to stay in the league.
100%. Jonathon Toews. He's out with long-term COVID. Updogg, you wanted to touch on it. I didn't really know what it was, but it's not good. And I think this may affect, I don't know if he's going to get traded now.
No, I don't. I think it's news that he's going to stay in Chicago this year because of the issue. Now, this is a big he didn't play all of last year, right? It was a big thing. He suffered from what, is now known as like lingering effects of having COVID, which some people could be headaches, some people could be breathing, some people could be, tiredness, whatever. He's struggling with it to the fact that he can't play. And it's unfortunate because he's a Hall of Fame player, could really help the Blackhawks if he was to get moved, could help a team picking him up, chase another Stanley Cup, give him a chance to win 4 cups. But I don't know. Thinking about him, I think it's a shitty situation all in.
It's a bummer. And I asked you before the show what long-term COVID was because I really didn't know. I knew he'd been battling with some stuff, but I thought he would have been a great, for the Colorado Avalanche to pick up. I've been saying that the last couple months here with you on our podcast. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he's going to get moved now, and it's an asset that the Blackhawks, probably could have got a first or second round pick and a prospect, or who knows what they could have got for Toews. But I want to see Jonathan Toews back in the playoffs. I want to see one more run for him. As much as I used to hate playing against him in Vancouver in our Blackhawks series, always respected him. It's unfortunate. So hopefully he recovers sooner than later. Because I would like to see him get moved, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Last but not least, our boy Rick Tocchet in Vancouver. Talks fucking rights, buddy. Got the boys fired up. There was a practice fight. You saw the boys do the crab walks. The crab walk.
I brought that up to you and Getsy on the golf course. I'm like, do you guys remember when you used to have to do the push-ups like blue line to blue line, like crab walk with the feet, like your dead feet, like weekend at Bernie's? And they're like, I go, Talk had those boys doing that. And that JT Miller was like 3 body lengths ahead of the second place guy. Guy's a beast.
Back to basics. I just saw an article coming out of Vancouver a couple weeks ago or a week and a half. Back to basics. Listen, that's what Rick Tocchet is, man. He's going to come in there. Listen, I told those boys, they're probably missing Bruce Boudreau right now, and that's no disrespect to Rick Tocchet because Bruce is a fun-loving guy, and I'm not saying Talks isn't, but I knew Talks was going to come in there and change things, and that's what you have to do with a team like that, Uppy, that's struggling. Talks comes in there. There's, how I feel about practice fights. I love them. Little practice scrum or fight, crab walk, like you said. They're blocking shots at practice. They're working on wall play. Talks is the man for the job. I love it. As an ex-Canuck, bring it on Talks, rattle the cage of the boys.
You're going to see character now. You're going to see who wants to, because this last 2 months of the season when you're out, it is brutal.
Shit.
And it's like, okay, who's going to show up to the rink and who's going to still be a pro? Who's going to give, who's going to still go out and block shots for me and play hard? And maybe that's not what they need because they need to get this Connor Bedard to really change things around. But Talks is in a situation now. He's going to make some hard decisions on players and personnel on how to move forward with this thing and turn it around. And it is a shitty situation when you're out and you got a new coach in that's trying to make a statement and you're a guy that just can't really, deal with a fucking guy that's like demanding.
Yeah.
You play hard. It's not.
I would have been complaining about the crab walks. So I would have been like, hey, Talks, really crab walks? Come on, man. That's I got a bad shoulder here. But you mentioned Connor Bedard. I don't know if Vancouver's the right fit for this kid, man. Like just the pressure.
He is
on
a
him.
Vancouver kid.
Imagine the pressure on him. Like imagine he gets, let's say Vancouver wins the lottery and he gets drafted to the Vancouver Canucks. And now he's got to come in, Torts called the media. He's like, I love coaching here, but you guys are all idiots. I would love to see him as an ex-Canuck to make the team better, but what about the pressure, Uppy? Like, you imagine going in there and having to deal with the media every day as a young kid with that much pressure. I don't know if that's... I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how it played out.
He's a pro already.
Yeah.
I think, is it any different than Connor McDavid? Probably not, right? Connor McDavid goes to Edmonton. It's the same kind, same thing. The kid, it's... Pressure will build up on this kid unless he's playing anywhere other than like Phoenix or Anaheim or Florida.
Yeah.
Because then no one gives a shit. But anywhere else in the spectrum of NHL teams and geographical issue, if he's anywhere in Toronto, Chicago's,
Anaheim. Let's get him out here.
Good.
Let's get him out here. Playing for the Ducks. Get a nice tan going. Bring him out to Big Canyon. He doesn't want to play in Vancouver.
How's his golf game, I wonder?
I don't know, but
Probably
I just...
nice
and listen, I love Vancouver. I love the city, obviously, and the media was good to me there. I think, I don't know, the media, if things went bad for him, like you knew Connor McDavid was going to come in and change the Edmonton Oilers forever. Is Connor Bedard going to come in and change the Vancouver Canucks?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a slam dunk sure thing like McDavid.
It's close. It's very, very similar. It's a 7-8 year age gap. It's generational talent. Size isn't there, speed isn't there, but it's still he's a game changer of a player. And he's only going to get, he's going to get stronger, he's going to get faster, he's going to adjust to an NHL game. Put him with NHL players and see what kind of,
So you put him with Pettersson right away. Pettersson, Bedard. That would be pretty nasty, actually.
Yeah,
right?
like they're going to be making plays and just fuck.
How many years did McDavid miss the playoffs till he got in? Like how many years in the league till they got in?
I think the answer to that, the Oilers, he's made, I think he came in the league in 16? Obes, like, fuck, he's been in the league 7-8 years now, right?
Yeah.
They playoffs in 2017, lost in the conference finals. That was the year against the Ducks, right?
They lost the Ducks in the second
Conference
round.
semifinals, yeah. And then
that was crazy.
And then they lost a qualifying round in 2020, which was COVID. Lost the first round in 21.
Oh, to Winnipeg.
Yeah, and then
The
they
North
lost in
Division.
and then to the Avs Stanley Cup champs last year. So
They got swept by the Winnipeg Jets in the fucking North Division. Remember that? That whole division
Saul
sucked.
Stasny.
That whole division sucked. The North Division.
So
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see a lot of pressure on Connor Bedard, a BC kid, going the Canucks. It would be interesting, Updogg. So, Updogg, thank you, buddy. Love breaking it down with you. Maxi Binger, Hall Pass Media. That was Missin Curfew. Fella.